You don't always notice the moment it starts breaking you. It happens slowly, quietly. You begin to question your own thoughts, your own memories, your own worth. And before you realize it, you're exhausted, mentally, emotionally, wondering if you'll ever feel like yourself again. But here's the truth: most people don't say clearly enough, you can come back from this. Not just survive it, but rebuild something calmer, stronger, and entirely your own. It starts with something uncomfortable, acknowledging what really happened, not minimizing it, not excusing it, naming it. The confusion, the control, the emotional manipulation, that wasn't normal, and it wasn't your fault. That realization alone begins to return a piece of your power. Then comes understanding. When you start learning how narcissistic behavior works, gaslighting, blame shifting, emotional control, it's like the fog begins to lift. What once felt personal starts to make sense as a pattern. And that clarity protects you. It helps you stop internalizing what was never yours to carry. But even with clarity, there's still grief. Not just for the person, but for the version of life you thought you were building, the future you imagined. Let yourself feel that loss, not as weakness, but as release, because you can't heal what you refuse to mourn. As you begin to rebuild, boundaries become everything. Not harsh walls, but intentional limits. Deciding what you will and won't allow anymore. And yes, it might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you were conditioned to put yourself last. But protecting your peace is not selfish, it's necessary. At the same time, you'll notice those lingering thoughts they left behind. Maybe it was me. Maybe I'm not enough. Those aren't truths. They're echoes. And you have the right to question them, to challenge them, to slowly replace them with something more honest, more compassionate. You don't have to do this alone either. Healing often deepens when it's witnessed, whether through therapy or people who truly understand what you've been through. Being seen without judgment can reconnect you to parts of yourself you thought were gone. And then there's the quiet work, taking care of yourself again, eating properly, resting, moving your body, doing small things that remind you you're still here, still worthy of care. It might feel simple, but this is how you begin to rebuild trust with yourself. Over time, something even more powerful happens. You start asking different questions. Not why do they do this, but who am I without this? You rediscover what you like, what you value, what brings you peace. And slowly, your identity returns. Not the version shaped by someone else, but one you choose for yourself. This isn't a quick transformation. Some days will feel heavy. Some days you'll feel like you've gone backwards. But you haven't. Healing isn't linear, it's layered. What matters is that you keep going, even in small ways. Because the moment you chose to walk away, or even just to question what you endured, that was the moment everything began to change. You're not just trying to heal. You're taking your life back.